Hey, Nate, you ever see The Jerk, the Steve Martin movie?
Classic. Of
Right?
course I have.
The new Chromebooks are here. The new Chromebooks are here. I finally feel like somebody.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, bad reference. Anyway, we have the new Google Chromebook. It's called the Pixel. Google announced it on Thursday at a small event in San Francisco. It's going on sale in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Or pre-orders are available today. It's shipping in a couple of months. Shipping in April.
April. Yep, early April.
And unlike other Chromebooks, which were you can
Cheap
start
and
at
plastic.
$200, $250, this one costs $1,300.
Or $1,500. $1,300 for the Wi-Fi only version. $1,500 if you want some Verizon 4G LTE capability, but then you got to buy a data plan.
Right.
Yep.
So it's like other Chromebooks that have come before in that it runs Chrome OS. It doesn't have a real operating system on it. It just has an instance of the browser. So you open it up and everything's in the cloud. You sign in with the Google credentials. And it is unlike every other Chromebook that has come before because it is built entirely by Google. There's no hardware partners, explicit hardware partners. They're the OEM on this. Or they said they were the ODM.
Yeah, basically they worked with other suppliers. They designed it, and then they got someone in China or Taiwan to manufacture it for them.
And it's a high-end machine. Everything about it's high-end. It's awesome. It's got a touch screen, which is really cool. Never seen that before in a Chromebook. It has a 3.2 aspect ratio with an incredibly dense.
Denser than Retina display dense?
Yeah, very, very, very tight all around. Really, really nice. We're super impressed with the hardware.
Yeah, it really feels like this is the Chromebook that I've always wanted. I use a Chromebook almost every day. I only really turn on my MacBook Pro if I'm using Adobe, Photoshop or Illustrator, or if I'm using Final Cut Pro, which doesn't happen as often nowadays. But those old Chromebooks, they were cheap and they were plasticky, and this...
Kind of underpowered also, I felt like.
Yeah, this thing is screaming fast.
People have never really been super happy with the trackpads.
Yep, the trackpad on here is gorgeous. It's made of glass. The touchscreen is beautiful. I mean, this feels like...
It's really nice.
Yeah, this feels like the laptop I've wanted to carry around as a Chromebook. But, I mean, it would have been nicer if it was maybe like $1,000, $900. I mean, that being said, it's kind of cutting edge stuff in the sense of the touch display actually seems to work pretty nice.
Yeah, it does. I've been playing with it. We've both been playing with them for a couple hours at this point, and the screen really is just stunning. It's gorgeous. It's really nice. But at that price point, I think they're not trying to attract. The story that Google was always telling about the previous Chromebook is like students.
Yes.
High schools, college students.
A second computer in your home, a third computer in your home.
This is for a power user, somebody who really wants like the Balboni, the really nice Lamborghini instead of the Volvo.
Yes.
To get to and from. Because the other computers will get you to and from just fine. This just does it in a gorgeous package that has a much better screen that you can reach up and touch. Plus, the performance inside is really nice. It's got a Core i5 with integrated graphics.
Yep.
Scrolling web pages is very smooth. And I'm also a big fan of the weird aspect ratio.
I actually like it too.
Screen instead of a wider screen.
I was worried about it not being a 16 by 9, but it actually fits. It's really nice. It's almost 13 inches big, and it's beautiful. I mean, yeah, I think I love this thing. on first impression, still got to put it through its paces. I don't love the price tag, but the hardware is gorgeous.
So let's talk a little bit about what Google's trying to do here. Aside from a sort of a proof of concept.
Yes.
Like this is how nice a Chromebook can be. Let's take the Chromebook out of the ghetto, so to speak, and put it on a super, super nice piece of hardware. Maybe trying to encourage other manufacturers to go out and make touchscreen Chromebooks now to compete with Windows 8 machines.
That's definitely part of it. I mean, at the Chrome launch event that we were at, Sundar Pichai, who is the senior vice president who oversees all things Chrome, he basically said, listen, the future of computing is in touch. The future of computing is in high resolution displays. And Google needs to push the Chrome ecosystem that direction. They want to push hardware makers that direction, and they want to push developers that direction. Now, right now, you've had a couple years worth of cheap, small, inexpensive laptops. And what that's done has, you got a lot of web apps, but you don't have guys like Adobe making a real true Photoshop equivalent. You don't have folks like Avid making, video editing software, anything like that.
And just to be clear, like that may never happen.
It might not, but now here is a high-powered machine with one of the best displays we've ever seen on a laptop that might be able to court those developers. They said this is in part a play to give them the hardware to justify making that sort of web app, which hasn't been done before, and might not ever happen, but maybe it will. And it's also to give people who are Chrome users maybe a reason or excuse to buy that Lamborghini. Set your Ferrari MacBook Air to the side and pick up this Lamborghini Chrome Pixel, Google Pixel. We'll see if that actually works, but that seems to be the general idea.
And the other final point is Android. Now, they already make a operating system that runs on a variety of touchscreen devices that has a gigantic install base.
Yeah, largest in the world.
So here they come with their own hardware, throwing another product into the mix that runs a different flavor of Google operating system, also based on Linux.
Yep.
So it's free and it's open, and anybody can develop for it.
And what you have for Android and what you have here are touchscreen apps. And in some of the touchscreen apps that they've shown us, they look and work just like they do on their tablet and phone counterparts. That's not a mistake. HTML5 is all about responsive design decisions. Android is trying to push developers to design with responsive technologies so that it can work on all the different screen sizes Android is found on. There's a common theme here. Maybe someday you might see Android and Chrome kind of becoming one. Maybe not. Who knows? But right now, Google's saying...
You just made my head spin, man.
right now, Google is saying they have two visions for computing. One is mobile with Android, and one is more laptop-based here. But both of those two visions that they're both working on simultaneously use touch. That's where they think the future of computing is at.
We shall see. So for now, it's big, it's heavy, it's expensive as hell. The screen is awesome.
It's beautiful.
It's
gorgeous.
A really nice piece of hardware. If you've got $1,300, just like burning a hole in your pocket, who doesn't? And it only runs a browser.
And everything that's in the web apps.
So it sounds like a weird proposition, but I know there's several people out there who are excited about it. We are, and you can read more of Nate's excitement on his review, which will run on Wired in the coming weeks. One last thing before we go, the Easter egg, the Konami code Easter egg, you have to show that off. That's pretty sweet.
Yep. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA. And then the little LED strip here goes through all of its colors. It blinks. That's cool.
Super cool. So that's all we have for you this week, and you can read Nate's review in a couple of weeks on Wired, and until then, we will see you on the Gadget Lab.